On this edition of Lexington Now, Reforest the Bluegrass, the library's take-home job fair, and the Pam Miller Downtown Arts Center. Welcome to Lexington Now. I'm Neil Noah, and this is the week of April 4th, 2022. Reforest the Bluegrass is back again and looks to continue its multi-decade mission of planting trees. Since its inception, Reforest the Bluegrass has overseen the planting of more than 150,000 seedlings, and you can help add to that number. Here's how.
Reforest the Bluegrass is Lexington's annual volunteer tree planting event. And every year since 1999, we've gotten together volunteers from throughout the community to plant trees, seedlings in parks and all sorts of places throughout Lexington. And it's a great opportunity for families and friends to get out and plant trees together and just contribute to Lexington's tree canopy. And we're very excited to be back in person this year. Our first Reforest event is the traditional Reforest the Bluegrass. And this year it will happen on Saturday, April 9th at Bella Woods Park. So we are, as I said, super excited to be back in person, but because this park is a little bit smaller and we only have street parking available, we're asking people to please pre-register before they attend. So the event is from 9 to 1, and volunteers will register for an hour-long time slot to go plant. So if you can visit the website, which is lexingtonky.gov/reforest, it will take you to the registration link, and you can sign up you and your family and all your friends to come plant for us at Reforest the Bluegrass. Over the years for Reforest, we've planted over 100,000 trees, and usually each year we plant between 3,000 and 5,000 trees. So we really appreciate all of our volunteers coming out to help do that. If you're coming to Reforest on April 9th, please make sure that you dress for the weather. It's a rain or shine event. We will have a tent with some shelter, but the tree planting, of course, will be out in the park. So make sure you wear shoes that you don't mind if they get a little bit wet and dirty, a jacket if it's cold, bring sunscreen if it's sunny. And we just really encourage our volunteers to come out. You don't need to bring any supplies with you other than dressing for the weather. And we take volunteers of all ages. We always have families out here, and we just really love to see everybody out planting trees. If you can't make it out to Reforest the Bluegrass on April 9th, or you're looking for something a little more individual to do, we have Reforest at Home coming up on Saturday, April 16th. Reforest at Home has not been going on as long as the traditional Reforest. We started it during the pandemic as an opportunity for people when we couldn't have large events. But it was very popular and people really appreciated the opportunity to plant trees. So we've continued it. And basically, you will have the opportunity to pick up 3 tree seedlings that you can plant in an area of your choice, probably your yard. And we really like this opportunity for people who maybe want to add some trees to their yard or who don't feel comfortable coming out to large events yet. So you can go to one of 4 parks in Lexington on Saturday, April 16th between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. to pick up trees. And those parks are Castlewood, Masterson, Shillitoe, and Jacobson. We really encourage people to register for their trees in advance so that they can get the seedlings that they want, because I know a lot of people have specific tree species in mind that they might want in their yard. And you can register for trees in advance and pick the park where you'd like to pick them up at lexingtonky.gov/reforest.
You already know that Lexington's Public Library is your headquarters for great literature and information. But did you know they can also help you find a job? The Take-Home Job Fair is here to help.
So this is our Lexington Public Library's 3rd Take-Home Job Fair, and to celebrate National Library Week, we've decided to make it a statewide job fair. So we have participating libraries on our website if you want to see. If you live in the Lexington-Fayette County area, you can come by to any one of our 6 branches and pick up your job fair bag. And it has all the things that you would need to learn about training opportunities, open positions, and our services at the library to help you in your job seeking. We had some wonderful feedback from patrons who actually got positions from the Take-Home Job Fair, and they came back and let us know about the success. So in our eyes, that was a successful program. It was a result of people really not wanting to be in a traditional job fair because of COVID, and this was a way for people to safely access job opportunities and other assistance and take that home or stay in the library and fill out the applications, learn about the training opportunities in the safety of their own home or the library, like I said. You can just drop by any of our 6 locations at the Lexington Public Library. If you go on our website, if you live in a county that is participating, there are about 25 libraries across the state that are participating in the statewide take-home job fair. And you can come to one of our 6 locations and pick up a bag. And if you need assistance going online, our librarians are there to assist you, or you can take them home and do it at your leisure. We have a couple items of swag that are going to be a surprise when you open it, but also job opportunities from everywhere from traditional bank to the library itself. We have open positions, so job opportunities that are available now, as well as training opportunities through our local community college system and things of that nature. It will start April the 7th until supplies last. And this time we made it a little bit more special. We're collaborating with KDLA to do a statewide job fair for National Library Week to bring awareness to some of the things that people don't associate us with. You know, everyone knows about our summer reading programs and our educational programs for children, but we also offer a wide variety of workforce development programs and services. Come by any one of our 6 locations and pick up your bag.
Arts Downtown when we come back.
Have 2 ways out. When fire strikes, deadly smoke can fill your home within minutes. That's why the USFA wants you to plan and practice home fire drills. Draw a map of each level of your home showing all doors and windows. Discuss the map with everyone who lives with you. Practice your home fire drill at least twice a year. Make sure all doors and windows that lead outside open easily. Push the smoke alarm button to start the drill. Try feeling your way in the dark or with your eyes closed. Have at least 2 ways out of every room. If your first way out is blocked by fire or smoke, you can use your second way out. If there is smoke, get low and go. Crawl quickly under the smoke to your nearest exit. Close doors behind you and gather at a pre-planned outside meeting place where first responders can see you. Call 911. Remember, get out and stay out. Never go back inside for people, pets, or things. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Welcome back to Lexington Now. The Pam Miller Downtown Arts Center is a Main Street cultural hub and has been since its opening. Here's what the center has to offer.
Well, the Pam Miller Downtown Arts Center is many things. We have the Black Box Theater, and we have lots of wonderful shows in the Black Box. Athens West is a theater company here in Lexington that we are the performance home of Athens West. Blackbird Dance Theater, Movement Continuum Dance Theater. We have several local organizations that perform here and out-of-town organizations that also utilize this facility. So the Black Box Theater has dance, art, spoken word, theater, comedies, dramas, everything you could imagine happen in there. And then we also have 3 exhibit spaces. City Gallery is our retail space, which is on the first floor, and that's where we are right now. And that has revolving exhibits every 8 weeks. It changes, and we celebrate Kentucky artists. The current show in City Gallery is The Claw, and it is a group here in Lexington called Run Jump Dev, and it's a volunteer nonprofit of tech artists who love to work with the technological side of art. So these are claw machines, vintage claw machines that they have purchased, and then they have each one is turned into a different art piece. But they are all functional, and they all have really interesting games to play, and in different perspectives of messages that they all give. And we've really enjoyed having this show in here. It's quite different for what we do. We normally have somewhat more of the traditional exhibit in that there's art on the walls and sculpture or in pedestal pieces and 3-dimensional art, but of many contemporary varieties as well as traditional work. But this is completely different. This claw machine show is super, super different, and we're really enjoying it. And they are interactive. You can come and play each of the games, and then we're using all the safety protocols. We have Clorox wipes and things next to everything, so you can feel safe to touch this art, and a lot of times that's not allowed, but in this particular case, you can interact with each one of these pieces. It's really fun. And then upstairs we have Community Gallery, and that is a space that artists use to put on their own exhibits. The exhibit upstairs is called Interwoven, and that is 4 artists, 4 women artists who have Hispanic cultural, they are exploring their cultural heritage and ancestry through their art in this show. And they are 4 women working in very different mediums. We have painting, we have beads, fabric, fiber art. It's a really interesting show, and it has a contemporary feel to it, but also very much of a cultural rich show. So we're really enjoying having that show too, and that space is very light filled upstairs. It has great windows. So this show is beautifully curated. It looks really nice. So we are happy to have that show. And then in our meeting room currently, we have a show called Exposure, and it is a photography show of several different artists of color here in the Central Kentucky area who have explored different photographic mediums. So when you come into the Art Center, there's a lot to see. You can have tickets and see a show, or you can see any of our 3 exhibit spaces, and there's always something interesting. We hope everybody knows that we're here. We're on Main Street, right across from Central Library, and this building has always been sort of a wonderful epicenter of all that's going on in the art world in Lexington. And if you're familiar with us, come see everything that changes, and if you're not familiar with us, you need to come in.
Spring is in the air, and that means it's time to hit the links. Lexington's Parks and Recreation boasts several world-class golf courses, and you can help make them even better. Here's how.
Yeah, Play Golf Lex, we have 5 city golf courses operated by LFUCG. We have 4 18-hole championship-style golf courses and 1 par 3 golf course that's accessible to anybody who's willing to play. We also host a variety of programming, whether it's for adults or juniors, and for all the way from the beginners to intermediate players. And then we have quite a robust schedule for our Play Golf Lex AM Tour for our adults in terms of competition and competitive golf. So our volunteer program came into play a few seasons ago, and it's really grown since then. We're able to capture people that are passionate about, giving back to parks and recreation, and also being able to play a little golf as well. So we have 2 types of volunteers with Play Golf Lex. We have our pro shop volunteers and we have our maintenance volunteers. And what that entails is basically helping out with some of the small tasks, like fixing ball marks, or maybe helping with the pace of play, or helping put up golf carts, things like that. And what that provides them is the ability to come out and play golf as a volunteer outside of those volunteer hours in exchange for helping out with Play Golf Lex simple tasks at the golf course. Every 3 volunteer hours is equal to 9 holes of golf. So if you sign up to be a volunteer, we have an interest form that you would fill out. It allows you to pick the golf course that you're interested in and pick the activity that you'd be interested in, either being on the course dealing with simple maintenance tasks or being around the pro shop, which would deal more in the customer service department and handling some simple tasks around the pro shop. But yeah, so every 3 hours that you volunteer is equal to 9 holes of golf. Depending on what you're looking at doing, there is age limitations. You have to have a valid driver's license to operate a golf cart. And that's pretty much the only stipulation in terms of age requirements for us. You're not able to operate any machinery, things like that. But in terms of those simple maintenance tasks like fixing ball marks, you might have to drive a golf cart. So we do ask that you have a valid driver's license, but that's the only requirement. So our seasonal volunteers would be around just during the busy months of play, which would be probably 7 to 9 months out of the year, we could probably say, as a seasonal volunteer. But we always have tasks that we're doing in the off season, whether it's prep for the upcoming season or just making sure that we're still maintaining and keeping these places looking pretty in the off season. So we still require some volunteers in the winter, just not as many. So we're always looking to fill that list up, and we do have 5 properties So it's one of those things that we're always looking for volunteers, and we can always use more. We take volunteers at all 5, and it's Kearney Hill Golf Links, Lakeside Golf Course, Tates Creek Golf Course, Meadowbrook Golf Course, and Pickett Golf Course. We feel like that's a great way to get our community involved and kind of build a really neat volunteer base that's passionate not only about golf, but making sure that we keep our golf courses and our parks beautiful. So, for more information, playgolflex.com. You can definitely go there. Also check out lexingtonky.gov and our Parks and Recreation page and search for volunteers, because there's many different areas within Parks and Recreation that need volunteers, not just golf. So go to our lexingtonky.gov, check out the Parks and Recreation Department, search for volunteer services, and you'll see a list of things there that might get you involved in the community and with Parks and Recreation.
The council is on spring recess, but we've still got a couple of live meetings on Lex TV to tell you about, and you can catch them here or streaming online. And remember, for the most accurate and up-to-date information on all city business, check out our website at lexingtonky.gov. Here's this week's meeting coverage. And that's all for now, but as always, you can keep up with us on social media. Check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter at LexRex, or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For all of us at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.